Okay, so I work as an animator, and quite a while back I posted a video to YouTube where I showed 3 flipbooks that I had made as a kid. And just recently that video has gotten a lot of attention, a lot of comments, and some of those comments were things like, well, I'm a kid and I can't even draw a circle, or I'm a kid and I can barely draw a stick man. So I wanted to go back and show you some more of my flipbooks, including my really early stick man ones. And I'm sure when you see those, you'll realize that you have just as much drawing talent as I did back then, if not more so. And then at the end, I'll come back and I'll show these 3 again. So here are some of my very first flipbooks. Let's actually start with my very first flipbook. This is the one, I basically consider this one my first flipbook. I remember I was in class and I had a teacher who showed us how to make flipbooks. And so I went home after school and I cut up some index cards and I made this. And I remember being super excited to go back to school the next day and show my teacher what I had done. I just was really excited about this. A lot of the flipbooks that I made were double-sided. So this is called The Balloon, The Accident. I did one of this balloon getting popped, and then a car accident. Help. Goes off on a stretcher. Bye-bye. So you can see, my very first flipbooks were really pretty rough as well, like this one. These guys boxing, just stick men. See, these ones are really rough, but it just kind of didn't matter because there was still something just magical about seeing my drawings come to life. And really it's how I started learning how to animate. I always say even if all you can draw is a stick man, you can still animate. Let's see, this one is a guy carving a pumpkin. This is something, so these are business cards. My brother and I, we found a whole bunch of business cards in the garbage. And so we thought they would be perfect to make flipbooks, and so we would get stacks of these business cards and make flipbooks. So this is a Ninja Turtle one. Ninja Turtle up at the top, getting hit by a car. And then on the bottom of the tank, let's see what this one is. Making faces. So yeah, for anybody who says they can't draw very well, you can see where I started. These aren't in order, but so this one I remember I remember at the time being really excited when I figured out that I could do cuts. I could cut from shot to shot. So I did that one with 3 shots. And then nothing on the back of that one. Let's see. Let's take those out. Here's another one. This is a really very rough stickman one. Guy, I think this one's missing something at the beginning. I think this was like 3 little notepads stuck together, and the first part must be missing because he's already flying into the garbage can. He must have been running and tripped, I think. Flew and fell in the garbage. Garbage truck comes and dumps it. My wallet's gone. And then he runs after it, jumps over a wall. And then he gets picked up by the garbage can, jumps out, parachute, and keeps going. Let's see if there's anything on that. Oh, there's a car crash. The ambulance comes, picks him up in a stretcher, drives to the hospital. And he goes and gets in a car, which flies. Where'd it go? Oh, flying through the air. This is a transforming helicopter, hover plane, car, boat. It goes down and transforms back into a jet car and a tank. So that's a really early one. This is another copy of the two-headed guy. I'll show one of those at the end. So the two-headed guy I had made for a class in my graphic arts class. I did that as a project, and we printed a whole bunch of them. And so that one yeah, it was cool because I was able to print a bunch of them and give them out to people and give one to my science teacher. And, okay, this one, you're going to hate me for this one. Ready? The Adventures of the Invisible Man. Wah wah. Here's another Stickman one. The whoopee cushion. Puts a whoopee cushion on a chair. And then he goes and sits on it. I think this one is probably missing some pages also. The weightlifter lifts the weights and then transforms into a skinny Stickman. This is a little character that I used to draw. And in this one, he has a paper airplane fly at his head. Let's see. So this one, well, I was going to do something bigger, and then I ended up not finishing it. I only did these 4 pages. Yeah, wish I would have done more with that one, but let's see. So this one, here's another one. So this is similar to the effect in my two-headed guy flipbook where there's the explosion and then he turns to ash. I used to really love that effect of turning into a pile of ash. Let's see if there's anything. Nothing on the back of that one. This one, A Lively Volcano, and all my credits there on the front. You can see that a lot of the paper that I used has really kind of turned yellow over the years. Excuse me. This one I remember really being excited about. So this guy riding a skateboard, goes up in the air, transforms into a hoverboard, comes back down, back to a normal skateboard, over a jump, and then this power slide at the end. You can kind of see there's some, if that'll focus, there's some dust that comes up. But I remember just thinking that power slide looked so cool. And I had one of my friends at school who was a skater. He wanted to buy this flipbook from me. I think he was going to give me $1. And I almost sold it to him, and then I changed my mind and decided to keep it. So here's another set of business cards. Guy playing basketball. And then you've seen these ones before in my other video, but I thought I would show them here since this is a bit higher quality. So this is the droopy face guy. And hot dog. This one it's probably my favorite flipbook of all the flipbooks I ever made. I would say this one is probably my favorite. Oh, and there's actually one on the back. Look how kind of worn out the paper is on that one. It's very well used. On the back of this one, there's actually another one of this spider coming down, spinning a web. This one's a little bit unfinished, but yeah. And last but not least, Continuing Adventures of the Two-Headed Guy. The sad thing is that this was the only two-headed guy flipbook that I ever made, and at the end it says to be continued, and I didn't continue it. So maybe someday I'll have to draw part 2. Actually, that's a pretty good idea. Maybe I should do that. Well, thanks for watching. I'll be posting another video soon with some tips for making flipbooks, and I'll also put a link to my flipbook making kit in the video description. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you next time.